to bring up Ron Slay. Perfect timing. He is the man. Ron Slay joins us now. He's got the serious face on. Smile, Ron. It's Friday. I'm trying to smile.
The smile's hard to come out for some reason.
Yeah, Brian, you had a Wi-Fi issue and you were frozen on your serious face for a second.
Yeah, I thought Ron was mad at me for a second.
It's the face I remember when he was ready to fight under the basket.
Hey, yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of those times, Caleb.
Ron, where would you rank as a scrapper on the basketball court?
Oh, the upper echelon of them. You know what I mean? Right below Mike Tyson style. You know what I mean? Probably more of a Reddick Bow. You know what I mean? Like not a one-hit wonder, but a guy that's gonna get in there a little Ali with. I'm a mixture, man. I got a little bit of Joe Frazier, a little bit of Ali because the trash talking, Reddick Bowl because I may be a little overweight after winning. I had a little bit of Buster Douglas.
No, there's not any Buster. I had you young Foreman with the reach because of the reach.
Yeah, but see, my thing was after watching Foreman's story, his movie, you kind of feel like, man, Foreman was a little bit indecisive. I wasn't indecisive. I knew I'm coming in at a fight. I'm gonna talk trash. It is what it is. Like I ain't got no other higher beings that's keeping me from doing that. I'm coming in to handle some business. So.
Okay, before we break down this Tennessee basketball team, I know what you're doing. Before we do that, hit that like button. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. We can bring more people in here, and we want to do that and subscribe. But I want to ask you, would you rather take a body blow, if you had to do one of the two, a body blow from Mike Tyson and nobody sees it, or you get posterized? I mean posterized by a very average player, and it's hanging on people's walls, and it's Sports Center, dunk, and it's all on you. Which one? If you had to pick.
Posterize all day long. I'm not. There's no way.
So you would rather look like Patrick Ewing?
Hell yeah. Do you know, Lou? They said Mike Tyson. We talked about this in college one time. We were all big fans of Tyson. They said the pressure that Mike Tyson comes with a jab, not even cocking back. Not reeling up, not a hook, anything, just a jab to your ribs. I think they said it was like 800 pounds of pressure, something stupid. Like, and they were saying like a quick hit like this much space, a boom. I was like, oh no, man, hell no. Never. Mike Tyson, I don't even want Mike Tyson to pinch me.
That'd be bad. I'm scared of Mike Tyson. I think he's unstable.
Y'all know when I lived in. A quick story. When I lived in Memphis, when I was in 9th grade, that was when the Tyson ETN fight happened in Memphis at the Pyramid. And Tyson punched him and knocked him out in 24 seconds. So what you saw was ETN was like, I'm just going to fake being knocked out. I don't want to get hit like that again.
Dude, so that's what I'm saying. You want me to put me on your walls. At least I'm on your walls, and then your pictures as a screenshot. I'm living in history, not dead in history. At least I'm still living with the poster.
Good point. All right, you got the shirt on. Can people order the shirt? Are you swagging it up?
Yes,
there?
They can, man. They can get them, man. The Boom Boom Room hoodies, they are rocking and rolling, man. I just left the post office. That's why I was a little bit late, but shipping them out, man. I'm shipping them everywhere. Utah, Toronto. I'm shipping them everywhere. You can't miss, man. The Boom Boom Room hoodies, red. No, not red. Blue, black, and gray. The orange ones all sold out. So the orange ones were pretty hot commodity. May have to get some more of those in, but all you got to do is DM me at the Ron Slay, THEE Ron Slay on Twitter, the Boom Boom Rooms page, or the Ron Slay on Twitter, the Ron Slay on Instagram, the THEE.
All right, Ron, you were talking to that Josh Ward guy who's just as shady as they come.
You got to keep your eye on him. I mean close one too.
He's like a little and shifty, and he scares me. He's got a little hand, smells like cabbage. Like Ron, he had you on his show there with this other guy who played receiver for Tennessee, and suddenly you're saying that Tennessee is a true national title contender. That's a strong statement coming from an analyst, but I got to be honest with you, as my more football eye than basketball eye, I wasn't surprised for you to say it. I think they are. Why do you think they are?
Well, first and foremost, I held my reserve as long as I could. Like I didn't want to jump on that bandwagon of being, oh, they're hot, this and that. Man, I think honestly, like when you look at a complete team, the way Aidoo has emerged, like giving you an inside presence, you come out in games and you know who Dalton Knecht is, you know who Santi is, but you feed Aidoo early in the game and he delivers. Like I'm watching this man and I'm trying to figure out why does he keep shooting this ugly left hand hook going off the glass and it goes in. I'm like, okay, the man's been working on this. So any of this is not new. The short pick and roll pocket pass that they were getting killed. If you think back 2 years ago when they played Michigan, they got killed when was it Olivier? He couldn't play that game. So Euros had to play the pick and roll and they were trapping Kennedy Chandler, giving it to Euros. Euros was making the right play, but he was passing out of it. Nobody was guarding him. It's the same thing for Aidoo. They wasn't closing out on him. So that short 15-footer, he's nailing that and he's shooting it with confidence and he's making a play. I love that right there. I think that's a whole different dynamic to have that inside presence coupled with a guy on the wing that can get his where you defense is going side with ball movement, body movement, hoping you can get a good shot. When you got him going, regardless if it's a good shot or not, he keeps 2 to 3 pairs of eyes on him. So guess what that helps with? Offensive rebounding. So that physicality that Tennessee presents, that's where you get to pick that up with Josiah-Jordan, even Zakai every now and then. Same thing. You look at the depth finally starting to come in the picture. I think when Gainey is making shots like he did, you see outbursts and blowouts the way you did against Alabama. That is huge coming off the bench. The games they've won, they've been outscored by the bench play, and that's why I was reserved to say any of this. 33-4, 38-11, some crazy numbers, and they still were able to win and sneak out with a victory. So to see this come together and they still are not at their peak. Like this team got so much room to get better. It's amazing to watch, man. Freddie DeLeon's starting to get playing time, so he's earning trust in practice. Toby Awaka is who we were raving about, and he can't get on the floor because Aidoo won't get in foul trouble, and he's too efficient. So it's like you go back to Toby and you're like, son, you're not doing anything wrong. We're going to find time for you. Dude is just playing phenomenal right now. We got to ride this wave. Until then, so you look at the teams that can vie for the national championship. You look at Auburn playing 10 players, 15 or more minutes. You look at Kentucky. You see exactly what they are with their depth. Kansas, the same thing. You look at Purdue, same thing, even though I don't think their depth is as good. But Houston, it's a lot of teams that rival Tennessee, man, and I think they're right up there in the upper echelon with them. And when you talk about playing at home, getting ready for seeding, that defense is smuggling and smothering people, and that's just who they are. Now you couple that with, we ain't talking about Zakai, we ain't talking about Josiah, we ain't talking about Santi. We still waiting on them to come along outside of Zakai. You get them other 2 all-SEC performers playing just to their level. Not over and beyond, just to that level. You got a team to deal with, man.
Dynasty Pools and Spas brings you Ron's Appearance right there in Athens. They have the showroom. They can deliver to Knoxville or Chattanooga. Mention Off the Hook Sports. Get $500 off. Everything's included with your spa purchase. Also got to go to Dynasty Pools and Spas to buy the best chemicals for your pools and hot tubs. Both no filler. And it's all made right here locally in the United States of America. Caleb?
So, Rod, you and I really much see eye to eye on this because I think you and I've been calling for Aidoo the whole time. I called him out in December and he's been answering the call. Rick Barnes kept talking about how good he was and just kept insisting, just give it time. At the rate he's developing, dare we bring the Grant Williams in the post comparison yet? Because of what he's been able to do recently?
If you talk about production wise, I don't see why not. Like Grant was going off with 18 and 15 and things of that name. The only difference is I don't believe Aidoo will have the opportunity to explode for a 40-point game. Now I could be mistaken. But that 40-point game did come against a team in Vanderbilt who they got to go play Saturday, who you have a size advantage on, and Grant was able to get to the free throw line. You know what I'm saying? So he made them pay at the free throw line with like 20 some odd free throws. So I'm not sure if Aidoo will cause the defense to double and him fight through it as Grant would, knowing that he got other guys outside that he'll kick it back out to. That's one thing about Aidoo. He doesn't force it. If you see a double team coming, he kick it back out to the open guy and let them get going. Grant, he's going to bust through that double team and go put it on the rim, go get it again and put it back. So it's a little bit of a different mindset. I think that's the only thing. But production-wise, as far as being efficient and things of that nature, that may be to recent thought. That may be it. I'm going to be honest. And you hate to say that. You don't hate to say that, but you're reluctant to say that because of back-to-back SEC Player of the Years and things of that nature. And it was kind of done in a different fashion. But production-wise, man, I can't see too much difference.
Well said.
Ron's appearance brought to you by Dynasty Pools and Spas. Mention Off the Hook Sports for $500 off any spa. Ron loves jumping in the hot tub with us. So, and we love bring in. Ron, it's funny, we had an old teammate of yours, we had Isaiah Victor on earlier this week, and we were talking about, and I want to ask you this, because I'm actually seeing the mean streak in Aidoo, because I'll give Urosh Plavchik this. I didn't think he was that good, but at least he had a mean streak about him. It looks bad when you have that mean streak and you can't play. Stuff. Yeah, but I know that interior players need that mean. I know interior players need that mean streak. I think that's what's held Blake Griffin back from being a superstar in his NBA career. Can you coach a player to turn into that, or do they just have to figure it out on their own?
Yeah, I don't think you can coach a player to figure that out, but I do think you can surround them with bodies and people with that mindset to kind of hide it, where it's not him that's giving off the mean streak, but it's his teammates. Like, I think honestly, Zakai presents enough bravado and mean streak in him where Aidoo doesn't have to be mean. Like, he's mean for Aidoo. Anything Aidoo won't say, he's gonna say. Same thing for guys like Isaiah Victor. He had plenty of mean streaks, but if I was game with him, he wasn't gonna have to say a word. Saying warm and back it up. That's the thing. So that's the part where you're out there mean and you're talking trash. You got to be able to go back it up, regardless if it's someone. And that's what I always knew with my teammates. They were never gonna leave me out to hang. They were always gonna be like, "Oh man, Slay talking. We got to go and step our game up a little bit, dog, because we know they're gonna put a bullseye on their back." So you got to be able to go to war with your guys. And I think when Zakai gets to acting the way he does, that's the point guard. That's the head of the snake, and he leads them guys, and them guys follow, and they can't wait to get into the foxhole. A lot of them not that talkative. You know what I'm saying? But when it's time, you got the one leading, and all you need to do is be able to turn around and see who's behind you, and this guy's gonna be behind him. He's gonna be fine. So I don't think you can coach that, but I do think you can surround him with guys that can pull that out for him.
God bless Santiago Vescovi and his family. They lost his grandmother, so he had to go back to Europe, and completely understandable how that would throw you off your game. But how close do you think he is to being full Santi?
I think he's coming back around. I think he's probably about, I would say 65-70% to where he to getting back to 100%. And I say that because he's a guy, man, that does so many other intangible things. You know, if this was in the past and you felt like you really needed to rely on his scoring to help you get you over the hump, then the team would take a fall from that. In this situation, you got other guys that can score. It's up to them to help pull him along, and he can continue to do the intangibles: 8-9 rebounds, 6-7 assists, being able to space the floor. Because one thing about it, I don't care if he's in a slump or not, you better not leave him open. And he's showing that. Like, Alabama, play if you want to, and don't rotate. He's gonna nail it. You give him an open look, he's gonna nail it regardless. So I think he is getting back to that, but I think he's able to do that by being able to do other things and being comfortable in doing other things, as far as pushing the pace, taking the pitch ahead pass, and creating pressure on the defense. And he's getting other guys open. So his playmaking has not fallen off just because of his scoring has taken a dip. So his playmaking is up and on both ends of the floor, might I add. I think that's the key thing. Just because if you're in a so-called slump, your defense doesn't need to take a hit because you hurt the team in that fashion.
Ron, it's crazy we're talking about this because we're talking about Tennessee and we're talking about how complete they are of a team with their inside presence with Aidoo and their 3-point shooting. And we haven't even had to mention Dalton Knecht yet, who is their go-to scorer. How crucial is that their go-to scorer, like they have a complete puzzle piece, and then they have this other guy that's their best scorer on the team.
And imagine, even to me, they don't get enough credit. Like Meshack doesn't. Josiah, when he comes out and hitting trailer threes, that makes the defense adjust. We're not even talking about the best duo to me in the SEC right now. When you look at it at points per game in Zakai and Dalton Knecht, like it ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know, you got behind it Antonio Reeves, or DJ Wagner, or Reed Shepard, whoever you want to throw in there. But man, Dalton Knecht and Zakai, we don't even have to mention them. Like these are two should be first team all SEC guys, and we're raving about everybody else and what they're gonna look like. I think when you have it like that, man, that's when you got a complete team. That's why I think, you know, when you start talking about national championship or bust, you can believe it. It's like, okay, like these guys, and that when you have consistency in those guys, you don't have to mention them because it's automatically happening. Yeah, Dalton Knecht shot maybe not a great percentage against Alabama, but you're sitting there scratching your head like, damn, this man got 25. Like, yeah. Where did he get the 25 from? You know what I'm saying? And all in the flow of the game. So these are guys you're not running plays for. You're just letting them get in the flow. They're not breaking off the offense. We're giving you the ball to go score. Zakai, we're allowing you to apply pressure every single time. This is what I love Jordan Bone to death. That's my guy. I saw him last night. Man, this young man, when you talk about speed and explosiveness, it was second to none in the SEC. But you didn't get to see it on the floor. He went to the NBA Combine and broke all kind of records for vertical and things of that nature. But when you saw it, you saw blowouts. You think back to the SEC tournament, when he came to play and was aggressive, man, Kentucky wasn't no match, and they were loaded. It wasn't a match for them. That's what you see in Zakai. Applying that pressure. Imagine how many times that point guard used to get down there. Jordan Bone used to get around the free throw line, probe, dribble, and back it back out. Now Zakai getting right there at that free throw line. Oh, y'all ain't going to respect it. I'm going to hesitate, get up under your arm, do a scoop layup. But it's always pressure. That's what you love about this Tennessee team. And we haven't seen in the past. It was more so ball movement. Dalton Knecht get it. Okay, everybody get set. Ready? All right, what we going to do? That's not happening no more. Dalton, you got it? You ain't got nothing? Swing it. Zakai, you got it? You ain't got nothing? They better not be laying off. Pop them. It's different, man, because they're always being aggressive. You're not waiting around like you're running the shot clock down or something.
Let me ask you this. I'm going to let you out of here. Ron's appearance brought to you by Dynasty Pools and Spas in Athens. Mention Off the Hook Sports. They'll take $500 off that spa they deliver in Knoxville and Chattanooga. And so you can go to the showroom and pick the spa out. They've got blemish models you'll save a ton of money on. First responders, military as well. Ron, finish this sentence for me.
Okay.
Dalton Knecht will be known as Tennessee's best scorer since when he's done at Tennessee, whether that's this year, which it may well be. I've seen some people think he could be a top 5 pick. He will be Tennessee's best scorer since.
Damn.
Guess where I'm going? I don't even know if young Ron was with us. Tom.
Best scorer since. Golly. I don't want to step on the toes of nobody, man, because I thought Jordan McRae was a monster at putting the ball in the hole. CeeLo, we know. Kevin Punter Jr., the run he went on his senior year, even though they didn't win a lot with it. Like these guys that can put the ball in the hole, and you start dating back, just go get a bucket, all 3 levels.
You need it. It's the NCAA tournament. You're in a scoring drought. If you don't get a deuce right now, you've got major problems. You've lost all momentum. Rick Barnes is calling this play, and he can go to any of the guys you mentioned, or he can go to Allen Houston, or he can go to Bernard King, or he can go to Dalton Knecht. Who's he going to?
That's hot.
Now the numbers that were put up by Bernard King are simply I don't know what were astronomical, like not from, it was alien, like those numbers were stupid. Allen Houston the same.
But they didn't have anybody else.
They didn't have nobody else with him.
I think he's the best natural scorer, will be known as that, the best natural scorer since Bernard King.
God, that's strong.
But Bernard King did so many other things that like made him amazing.
Yeah, he rebounded the hell out of the ball.
Yeah, it sells Bernard King short. It sells Bernard King short. I'm not trying to do that. I like
his size, man. His size. The size is the difference. Because you got great shooters, got great scores. Man, that size, man. That size and being able to get to that man post up. He goes to the dunker spot. He go off the dribble. He do pull-ups. Like, dude, that's where the big man's supposed to be. Like when the guard penetrates and drop it off in the short corner, then the big man go dunk. Like, Dalton Knecht should not be in that spot. Like, it's out of. He may be. Let's say this. He may be the hardest guard.
Okay.
1-on-1.
Is he already the greatest white player in Tennessee history? Him and Kevin Nash.
No, you had who was the Doug Roth guy? Remember Doug Roth?
Roth used to put it in. Justice used to put it in.
The best thing about Doug Roth's career, I'm sorry, Doug, if you're watching, I don't mean this as a shot, but when he was at, I believe it was the University of Florida, and they were doing Gator Chomp and giving him a really hard time. And do you remember this? He ran down the court, and it was full one finger salute. And he did it with, I'll never forget, he did it with the knuckles and the thumb out.
That's
like
really
the high school girl did it. And he just gave it to all of them. And it was like, that's an easy take. Do you remember that?
No, but I wish I would have seen a video.
Running down the court after he scored, just flying it out there.
I'm glad I never saw that, Dave, because I would have tried it. Like, that's
Ron famously
on ESPN.
Ron did famously in a game against Florida, and he knows where I'm going. Ron did this right here and had the whole crowd doing it.
That's right. Yeah, we don't care nothing about the Gators. We don't care nothing about the Gators.
Yeah, but Ron, you do know that was a game where Brad Nelson hit that three that that
was stupid. That was stupid. He hit it from the right wing. I'll never forget it.
So you're fantastic, man. You're a superstar. Watch out, Jay Billis. I keep saying it. You can message him on one of his Twitter pages to get that boom boom room. Him and Elon Musk are just dominating Twitter.
Nothing like a hooker in the boom boom room.
That's right.
It's part of it.
Hey, can we have I would like a couple of your shirts to maybe give away and promote as part of. We're trying to come up with a name of it. Caleb, don't say what we said last night because we're deciding this Patreon group where people can be a part of a club, and it's either going to be called the Brothel or Hooker's Corner. Thoughts?
Please give them away at Hooker's Corner. Please give
Hooker's Corner. You like Hooker's Corner more than
away at Hooker's. Give the shirts away at Hooker's Corner. I'm gonna send them to you. I'm gonna send you 4 shirts. I got you. This ought to be a hot topic on the corner.
Ron, you be good, man. You know I love you.
I love y'all, man. Peace. Go on, baby.